So it is finally that time of year where we are getting a ton of new leaks for the brand new Call of Duty coming out, which for this year, of course, it's going to be Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, a sequel to the current Modern Warfare 2, which we all know originally was supposed to be just an expansion to Modern Warfare 2, but now it's actually going to be a fully fledged game led by Sledgehammer Games. Of course, as always, these are just leaks and rumors. They're not 100% confirmed, but they are very reliable this time around. You can tell when the sources are reliable. It's not just a random person saying it. It is people who actually know what they're talking about. It is over on Twitter. His name is Bob Network UK. That's his Twitter handle. And he has some pretty reliable leaks here. He's had reliable leaks in the past, so I definitely trust these. But of course, they're always subject to change because it's only how the current game is. They can definitely change it for the beta and even the full game. First things first, Ninja is returning as a perk. This got me so excited because it already is letting me know that this game is going to obviously be a lot more similar to Vanguard in terms of Sledgehammer's design. Not completely, obviously. I doubt we're going to be seeing the exact same systems that Vanguard had. I doubt we're going to be seeing 10 web attachments for Gunsmith. I doubt we're going to see the destruction on the maps. So it's not going to be exactly like Vanguard. But it's going to basically be what Vanguard was to Modern Warfare 2019, where it basically just took Modern Warfare 2019 and just made it better. In my opinion, of course, this is my opinion. It just took different aspects that didn't work in MW 2019 and just kind of improved upon it or even just changed it. And this is something I was kind of expecting, but it's just nice to hear at least. And what's really interesting is that essentially it's going to be a part of this new perk system, which isn't really a new system. It's probably just going to be like any other perk system. But instead of the perks being just called perks, they're actually considered gear. And you're going to have stuff like boots and helmets and like different chest plates that will be, what they use for gear. Now, I don't know how that's actually going to work because obviously with like skins and stuff, is the skins going to just go over the gear items, or the gear items just like, they're not really like actual physical items. It's just kind of like hypothetical, like, okay, this is your piece of tactical gear, but you're not actually wearing it as your character. I don't really know how that's going to work, but they're just talking about that, how the different perks are going to be considered different types of gear. So you could assume that Ninja's probably going to be some sort of a boot, maybe like some Quiet Steps boot. I don't know, but I'm just glad to see that back because obviously that perk does increase the speed of the gameplay for a lot of players because it encourages movement. It encourages people to move around when they use the perk, because when there's no Ninja perk, you can't have your footsteps being quiet, which makes a lot of people walk around the map a lot slower, so they avoid other people hearing their footsteps. The next thing I want to mention is the minimap. The minimap is going to apparently be the classic minimap. Now, the thing is though, he does say in his leak that it's going to be in the game in some way or another. So I don't know if he means it's going to be like that by default or if it's going to be a perk just like it was in Vanguard. Either way, I'm happy though. I'm still glad to at least see it in the game, but I do hope it's by default. I would much prefer it being by default. I don't think it's fair to force us to use a perk like we did in Vanguard. I don't really understand why this even has been a thing for the past few Call of Duties. I mean, the only Call of Duty since Black Ops 4 to actually have a classic minimap was, of course, Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. I don't really understand what's the whole purpose of doing these other sort of systems, but it's just nice to get to hopefully see a classic minimap again. I hope we can get that for the default as well of the game. And I know both of these things I mentioned here are very much just like bare minimum type things, but regardless, I'm happy to see it at least. I can at least show some level of excitement for it, and I just hope Infinity Ward learns from this and does not do it for the next Call of Duty, but chances are they're not going to learn from it because, I mean, people hated it even back in Modern Warfare 2019, so the fact that they decided to stick to those gameplay philosophies for MW2 was very surprising to me. And the last important thing within these leaks, apparently there's even more leaks to come, he's just not sharing all the leaks right away, but some other leaks, he says that War Mode from World War II is apparently going to be returning in some way or another, and that kind of is cool in my opinion, because I thought War Mode was fun. I just never really thought it was the best thing ever. I didn't think we needed to see it again, but I'm glad to see it. I'm assuming it's going to be on the ground war maps. I think that would make the most sense. Like maybe they'll have a ground war mode and then also have these war versions of those maps playable as well. I'm not too sure how that's going to go. All I hope is that it doesn't take away from the amount of 6v6 maps in the game. Hopefully they can still have a ton of those, which if they're all going to be the Modern Warfare 2 maps anyways, then or Modern Warfare 2 remakes from, you know, the original Modern Warfare 2, like the whole rumors are suggesting, then we're probably going to have a decent amount anyways to begin with, so maybe that'll be okay. I guess we'll just have to wait and see. There was another little leak about the UI of the game. It showed like a little image of what part of the UI looks like, and it was really nothing special. It just looked like it showed some of this, the kill streaks or something, but you couldn't really get a great look at them. It just kind of showed a couple different very average looking streaks in part of the UI where it has a similar sort of design of what Modern Warfare 2 has. It was really nothing too crazy, nothing that I think I need to really talk about, but I wanted to cover this because I think this is big news, and I think it's important to talk about. And I'm also just letting you know that the leak floodgates are opening up. Expect a ton more leaks for Modern Warfare 3 over the next few days, and then of course the reveal is going to be early August. I think it's rumored to be either August 1st or August 2nd, one of those 2 days, and I'm really looking forward to it. Hopefully you guys are as well. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Are you looking forward to Modern Warfare 3? Are you not looking forward? I'm very interested to see what you guys say. Peace out, everyone.